It's Cherokee Noon Live with Adriana Barnes, Brandon Sigel, Celeste Yaney, Cheyenne Crozier, Matthew Briglia, Stephen Fasola, Billy Martz, Zachary Opal, Nicholas Novak, Jack DeNick, and Miss Brown.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Cherokee Noon Live. I'm your host, Brandon Sigel, and I'm joined by our news anchor, Matthew Briglia. This episode is filled with more of your favorite segments and even new parody skits. Thanks to each and every one of you for tuning into this week's episode of Cherokee Noon Live, and now, on to the news.
In entertainment news, the Oscars aired on March 27th, with Coda winning Best Picture, Will Smith winning Best Actor, and Jessica Chastain winning Best Actress. In other Oscars news, after Chris Rock, this year's host, made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, Will Smith walked on stage and smacked Chris Rock across the face. Luckily, the show continued and no charges were pressed. In school news, students actively concerned member Jacob Gurnius and advisor Mrs. Herpin volunteered to help Operation Yellow Ribbon of South Jersey load 2 buses of care packages for military service persons who are globally serving. The faculty defeated the students 66-59 in the Student Council faculty versus student basketball game, with the faculty taking over in the last quarter. A big thank you goes out to the Cherokee Student Council for making the game a success. The World Affairs Council competed in the Academic World Quest at Seton Hall University under the direction of Mrs. Billetdew, placing second in the state for the second year in a row. Senior Katie Fricker was named the 2022 South Jersey Invitational Basketball Tournament Scholar Athlete of the Year. Congratulations, Katie. As spring sports starts its season, we would like to acknowledge all of our captains. Leading into the spring 2022 season are captains Allie Cook, Nikki Clifford, Anna Janik, and Jill Strauss for girls track and field. Captains Madison Donnelly, Paige Brennan, and Katie O'Connor will lead the girls softball. Congratulations to the girls golf senior captains Alina Denisi and Savannah Cucker. Our 2022 girls lacrosse captains are Allie Muscolo, Jamie Goldberg, Chelsea Evans, and Delaney Jackson. Our 2022 baseball captains are Jake Schooley, Shane Sachs, and Dom Patrizzi. For boys spring track for the 2022 season are captains Daniel Mondel, Jameson Crozier, Bradley Poplar, and Lucas Hatch. Leading boys lacrosse will be captains Billy Westerby and Anthony Moffa. And now for the weather. Today's weather seems mild, being 57 degrees. This week is a typical start to the spring season, with our forecast being 57 on Saturday, 60 on Sunday and Monday, 61 on Tuesday, 63 on Wednesday, and 58 on Thursday. That's all for this week's forecast. Thank you all again for tuning into this week's news and weather reports, and now on to the next segment.
On to the next segment, Pedestrian Questions.
How would you spend $1 million?
First thing I'd buy is a really nice car.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
What kind of cars?
A
what are you thinking?
BMW, maybe?
I would get
Porsche.
I would get a Porsche, completely blacked out, pimped with the crazy exhaust on it. That's what I get.
I want the
first
Transformer thing on it,
That's the first
too.
thing I'm buying. And then the next thing, I'm buying houses for all my homies, all of them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm buying houses for them all, and my mom. Shout out, Mom.
Do you have anything else you would want to buy?
Probably like...
Any electronics or?
Oh, yeah, I'd buy a MacBook.
How would you spend $1 million?
I would probably move away from here and just live somewhere, like a big place where I could always explore. I love exploring.
If you could be any height, what height would you be?
6'1",
Why 6'1"?
because then I'd be able to be taller than most of the people at Cherokee.
If you found $2K on the ground, what would you do with it?
I would take it. I would take it and use it for whatever I want.
What is your current pet peeves?
Pet peeves? Like, Like whenever I stare at depths, I get the chills.
What is your pet peeve?
My pet peeve, I hate people that talk a lot.
What's your pet peeve?
I really hate knitted sweaters.
If you could learn any talent or skill, what would it be?
I would learn. I'll learn how to skydive, bro. That'd be fire. I'll learn how to skydive good.
What was the question again?
If you could learn any talent or skill, what would it be?
This kid, Brody, bro.
Probably to be able to lift a Dairy Queen like on my shoulders, like PR that.
Like a whole, you mean like the whole store?
Yeah.
What's your favorite TV show or movie?
I'm a big fan of like superhero movies. I'm not sure exactly which one.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Marvel, okay. Do you know who's your favorite Marvel superhero?
I'm a big fan of Doctor Strange.
I love Doctor Strange.
Hey, Mr. Johnson, can I go to the bathroom?
No, can you?
Haha, very funny, but can I really go?
Yeah, take the pass.
Okay.
So, Jimmy, how'd that game go on Friday?
We lost, yeah.
How? Aren't you guys like the best team in the league?
We've lost every game this season. You should know, you ask about every game.
Okay, guys, so we finished our last book. Today, we will be starting The Great Gatsby.
Oh, come on.
Guys, I know it sounds boring, but this book is perfect.
Mr. Johnson, that's not even funny.
And that's not even close to a cat.
You know, you guys are sounding just like my wife right now. But you know what? Well, ex-wife, but that's not important, because this book is important.
Yeah, Mr. Johnson, I saw that my grade is a C, and I'd like to know why that is exactly.
Well, let me see what you got.
Oh my god.
Okay, I see the problem. It's too long. I just didn't want to read it.
You didn't want to read it.
Well, it's just long. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'll fix it. It was a mistake. You can go sit down. I'll fix it.
Thank you.
Hey, off your phone. No distractions.
Welcome back to the sports segment where we talk everything in this week's sports. I'm your host, Brandon Sigel, with my partner,
Steven Fasolo.
Today we're going to talk about the Final Four and March Madness.
Yeah, so the matchups we have this coming week, we have Duke and North Carolina going at it, and we also have the number 1 seed, Kansas, versus the number 2 seed, Villanova. So what are your thoughts about this? These two matchups?
I think that the Duke and North Carolina matchup is a little rigged. I think it's been a rivalry all the time, and Coach K's last quote-unquote year, and they've happened to face off in the Final Four after they split this year. I think it's a little weird.
You're saying it's a narrative?
It might be. I think
you think it's a narrative?
I think it's a little scripted. And then the Villanova versus Kansas matchup, I think whoever wins that's going to win the national championship. I think Duke and North Carolina are outnumbered by, especially if Villanova wins. Villanova's defense is really good. I mean, they just lost Justin Moore, but they're still really good at defense. Colin Gillespie, really good.
I don't think Duke's winning it. I think we're going to see North Carolina and Villanova in the final two for the championship. I don't think it's a narrative at all. I think Duke deserved to be there. People are saying, "Oh, I blame the refs, this and that." No foul call was called and stuff like that. But no, I think Duke and Villanova are going to be in the championship game. Mark my words.
I think the reason that these teams are in the Final Four are all because of the fact that they didn't shoot well. I mean, Villanova faced Houston. Houston went 1 for 20 from 3. You're never going to win a game when you're doing that bad. They shot 33% from the free throw line that night.
I just don't think you're ever going to win when you shoot that bad.
You know, before we shut this off, I just want to say, you know, St. Peter's had a good run, by the way. You know, Cinderella run for them. Go Peacocks in the future, but, you know, you got to appreciate it. So, I'm Stephen Fasolo.
I'm Brandon Sigel, and that's all for this week.
That's all for this episode of Cherokee Noon Live. I'm your host, Brandon Sigel, and we'll see you next week.